somebody told me that they were at the beginning of a company that had the same model as we have, and they failed. My name is Joel. I'm the founder of Fledge, and we're gonna build it anyways. But I'm not only the founder, I am the author of Driven to Connect, a book that talks about the hidden curriculum that turns any job into a masterclass in business. But the reason why I wanted to do this video is because this person who I met, he was a driver. He had about the same amount of time that I had been driving on the platforms, different platforms. So he was a seasoned veteran, and I take their words very heavily, with not just with a grain of salt, but with a lot of respect. This person tried to kind of like just let me know that he had been a part of a project years ago, and they had a very similar model. They wanted to have a membership style. Let me let this person in here. One moment, please. They had a membership style model similar to what we have, and they also had discounts for the riders. That's the same idea, the same principle that we're using as well. Our operational cost is going to be covered by the membership fees from the drivers, and we're going to lower the cost for the passengers by 10 to 20%. Now, the thing that really shocked me, and not me personally, because I am anticipating the same problem, and not even a problem, I would call it a hurdle which we must overcome no matter what business you're in. And it is something that is mentioned in the book, The Cold Start Problem, where they talk about network effects. Network effects essentially is that no matter what platform you have, you need an ecosystem or a network of people who are interacting on that platform. If not, it's not going to work. And the reason why the previous company did not succeed was because the drivers did not support. The drivers didn't support. They didn't see the value in starting something that would allow them to keep 100% of the fare, and would allow passengers to save more. And it was a very simple reason why. That reason is because drivers are not going to be on a platform which is not already established and where they're not going to make money. Bottom line. So what we want to do and how we are combating this right now is we have a newsletter where we are interacting with people every single day. We're putting out resources, and we're talking about the things that really matter to the drivers, that really matter in business, that really matter for the longevity of this career type. Whether you're in it for part-time supplemental income, or you're in it for the long haul, or the lifers as they call them. That's what Fledge wants to promote as well. And we want to create this hub where drivers can get together and they can share ideas, or they can sit in a room with other drivers and actually have a community of people where they aren't alone. Because a lot of the times as drivers, we don't meet other drivers, so we don't know what's going on the road. And systematically that is done in the rideshare industry because it separates us. And if we're separated, then we're not able to organize. And this is why you always hear there's drivers striking. We want a union. We want to get paid at least a minimum. I understand that. But the problem is that a lot of the times that doesn't even work, because drivers, again, in the beginning I said, we're thinking about the bottom line. We still have to provide for our households, and that requires us to be out on the road. So even though the previous company wasn't able to succeed, I think that there's a lot that we can learn from what they were doing. And I love that there was another company that actually saw the opportunity just as I did, and that there was a person who was sitting in my car, and he was deflated, because I told him all the reasons why I'm starting. He was like, yeah, I was in the room when the other company did that same thing. And you know what? They tried to do events, they tried to do dinners, and nobody showed up. So this is a calling to all the drivers who actually want something different, and want to change the way that an industry functions. You got to step up to the plate. You have to take a chance, and there's gonna be some slow times in the beginning. But the beautiful thing about rideshare is that we're all on the different apps, right? You're on Uber, you're on Lyft, you're on DoorDash, you're on Uber Eats, you're on Instacart. All of the different things. This is the gig economy, which is a bigger conversation. So all I'm asking is, once the app is established, download the application. But before the app is established, connect with us. Connect with us via the early driver sign-up form, the early rider sign-up form. That way you stay in the loop, so that when that time comes, we are going to have the riders and we are going to have the drivers. You just have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention. And that is the $1 million resource that all these big companies pay top dollar to get from us, the consumer, if you will. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I talk about this a little bit in the book here, which is available on Amazon. I thank you so much for listening. If this resonated with you, please reach out and say hello and tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts. Subscribe to the Fledge Rideshare HQ. It's our Substack. All the access links are on our social media. Again, my name is Joel Martinez. I love to hear what your thoughts are, how we can better this experience in rideshare and actually make a difference in an industry that needs a change. All right? Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.